welcome back to a special edition of Holiday Book Banner. Today I am joined by some of the authors of the 11th Chapter, and I'm going to introduce them one by one so you can hear a little bit about what they write, and we'll get started. Happy holidays, everyone. First we have Caitlin Moss. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So tell us what you write and how many books, or what, maybe tell us your latest novel. Let's go there.
Well, I've written 7 books. I write contemporary romance, and my latest book, A World Without You, is a holiday read. It is an anti-Hallmark Christmas story.
The best kind,
Yes.
in my opinion. Maggie's not here to refute us, so
I know.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
We're going to bring up Carrie Chaput. Hey, Carrie.
Hi. Hi. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. This is going to be so fun. We're going to get smaller and smaller as we add more people.
Perfect. I write historical fiction, and my next release is in March, and it is actually the third of a trilogy. It's called Daughter of Snow and Secrets, but it can be read as a standalone.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to that one, actually. It's on my list already. I still have to read book 2, but I've got it scheduled, so I can't wait to get back in. I have to schedule my books, otherwise they won't
I
get
do
read.
too. I know, there's just not enough time.
There's not enough time. Exactly. And let's bring up Jen Craven. Hey, Jen.
Hey, everyone. Hi, Tanya. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
So I write contemporary women's fiction / domestic suspense, and my last release came out in September, The Baby Left Behind, and I have a new one coming out in March.
Yay. Baby Left Behind. So good. Raced through it. I'm a very slow reader, and I raced through it. So that's saying something. Thanks so much for joining us. I can't wait to get into the holiday questions. We're going to bring up Sharon Peterson, who, by the way, I always want to call Sharon Stone because of your, and it's stuck in my brain. So
Yes, I'm Stone 4031 everywhere. It was my nickname in college, not because I was a stoner either.
Just to clarify.
Anyway, I write rom-com and humorous women's fiction. My latest novel came out in July, and it's called The Fake Out. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for joining us. And you also had some exciting news about The Fake Out.
Oh yeah. It just got a German translation deal. So it hopefully about a year or so it'll be out in German. So.
That's pretty cool. You won't be able to tell any typos, but that's pretty cool.
That's right. Ignorance is bliss.
Better that way.
Right? It's actually, ignorance is bliss in that regard.
Yes.
And next we've got Jen Bouchard. Hey,
Hi,
Jen.
thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
So I write kind of a hybrid between women's fiction and romantic comedy. My novel First Course was released in 2021, and it was released in audiobook in May of this year.
Yay. Who narrated that? Do you know?
Caroline Keeler for Tantor Audio, and she did a great job. She did awesome. So it's real. She nailed it.
Nice. I want to listen to it. That's my goal. I'm going to listen.
They did a really nice job with the whole production of it. It's great.
Don't you just love an audiobook? It just brings the story to life in a whole new way.
Absolutely. Everyone who had read it and then listened to it said it was like reading it again for the first time. So
nice.
Did a great job.
That's awesome. That's exciting. And finally, we have Colleen Temple.
Hi.
Hey. Welcome.
I write women's fiction, and my book Summer Breakdown is a family drama set on the North Shore of Boston, on the North Shore, Massachusetts, north of Boston.
Nice, which was a really, really good read as well. Mm-hmm. Really good. My reading list is like expanded because between all of us, there's a lot of new books coming out like all the time. So it's super exciting. And I actually I had the privilege of reading all the first chapters as I was working to put the ebook together, and I was like, oh, I'm so honored to be a part of this group, very talented and strong and hilariously funny to hang out with women. So let's get into the holiday stuff. Let's start with favorite holiday traditions. What is the one thing that you must take part in every holiday season? Anyone?
I'll go.
Well, ours kind of, oh, okay, go ahead.
I buy, this is like a quick one. I buy my children a new ornament from Craft Spring. They're these cute little felt ornaments, handmade, and they get pretty excited about it. I get really excited about it, so that's part of why I do it. They have so many good ones to choose from. But I started it when my first was born. We found a little market in Grand Central Station, and my dad actually bought the first one for her, a little penguin. And then each year we've just added to it. So I kind of feel like one day when they fly the nest, they'll have to think of me at the holidays because they'll have all these ornaments.
Because those are the only ornaments they'll have.
I know. I love that because I have the same tradition, except it's not the same. So my mom used to do that. Every Christmas Eve, we got a new ornament and a new pair of pajamas. And I do that with my kids too. And it's so fun because every year they get their little bag of ornaments out and it's just kind of like a time capsule almost of like their whole life of like different things they were into at whatever year and whatever age. Yeah. So I have to do that every single year. That's fun.
I love that. I love that. Sharon, you had a favorite tradition?
One thing that we've always done since I was a kid is New Year's Eve. We always have a shrimp boil, and then we always bang pots and pans at midnight, which was strange when we lived in Texas because nobody did that. I think it's an East Coast thing. And then we always did that where my mom is from, and then we took it to Oregon with us. And anyway, so the neighbors love us.
I bet. Welcome you with open arms. How about you, Carrie?
Well, my daughter's birthday is on the 23rd. And so when I was pregnant, I was like, just please not Christmas Eve or Christmas. I can handle any other day, but I didn't want her to have to share her birthday with, one of the big holidays. So it's 23rd. So it was great. So we devote that day to her, but we're always like very Christmassy. And so she always wants to do something Christmassy. And what we end up doing every year, which is super fun, is we get everyone in their pajamas and we get hot chocolate and we do what my sister termed a jammy drive. And we drive the neighborhoods and look for Christmas lights. And so that's like her little birthday tradition.
I love that. How about you? Oh, we've got both Jens left. So
I don't know that I really have a specific thing. I can't think of anything we do, religiously every single year that doesn't answer one of your future questions. So I may hold mine. I think it relates to a later question.
I was noticing that actually as I was going through and making notes, going, oh, wait, I can't say that yet. How about you, Jen?
I was going to mention movies, but is that something I forgot? Is that one of the future questions?
It is, but
I should probably stop. Well, at Christmas Eve, because I'm always thinking about food and what people are eating. So Christmas Eve, we always do appetizers. That's like our thing. So we'll be at my sister's house this year, and she does the same thing, which is also really nice. And it's kind of a lower key evening, and usually does do something a little bit more formal on Christmas, but we always do a bunch of appetizers, and it's super fun.
Nice. That's pretty cool. Now that you say food, it's such a big part of the holiday season for us, and for me it's the croissants, fresh baked croissants on Christmas morning. Not that I bake them, but just to clarify, I do technically, but I take them out of the freezer on the night before.
That counts.
And then they rise. It's a lot of work. Somebody has to do it. So I think the food is a big part of it for sure. For sure. And speaking of food, hot cocoa, mulled cider, or something with a little more of a kick. Does somebody have a favorite holiday beverage?
I like eggnog. I know it's so
Do you?
controversial, but I love eggnog. I think it's so good.
I just can't.
Put it in my coffee. My husband likes it with whiskey. I'm like, I love some eggnog, and it's haters gonna hate, but I will drink eggnog.
Okay, let's see a show of hands. Who likes eggnog? 4. Okay, well you've got the majority.
Yeah.
I love a dirty martini, and I'm weak sauce, and I can't really handle much. I can handle one before I start getting like a little loopy. So I never have it all year. One time a year on Christmas Eve, I let myself have my Grey Goose dirty martini with extra olives. Just once a year. It's like my one time a year treat, and I love it. But I have to like super slow sip it over the night because low tolerance.
Yeah.
You're an economical date.
Yeah.
How about Colleen?
I love it's called coquito. It's like a Puerto Rican take on eggnog. And I used to make it actually. I didn't make it last year, but it's with coconut milk, cinnamony with rum. Very, very good. Very
But
good.
not milky though, because of the coconut milk. Isn't
Yeah, it's
quite...
creamy, but yeah. But I also really love hot chocolate and would drink hot chocolate every day, all day.
Bailey's was meant for hot chocolate.
Yeah.
How
My
about you, Jen?
family's a wine family, and we actually make wine, and so it's usually just wine all day. No, I don't, not all day, all the time. All the
We're
time,
now
all
coming
year.
to Jen's house for Christmas.
I know, right? I'm coming to your house next year, Jen.
It sounds fun.
Who did I miss? I'm losing track. Jen.
Yeah, we do mimosas on Christmas morning. So
Nice.
it's been that way since I was as long as I can remember. I don't remember at what age my sister and I were sneaking some of the real stuff in the kitchen. It's all kind of blurry, but yeah,
I imagine.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Sharon, did we get you?
We are very boring. We're just hot chocolate people. I actually don't like hot drinks a whole lot, so
Really?
it's It's the only time I guess I will drink hot chocolate during a hot drink is during. Yes, I don't like coffee. I don't like. Give me as much ice as you can. My favorite kitchen appliance is my countertop ice maker. So it's sad.
Is it like
I'm
the Chick-fil-A
a really sad person. Okay. Well, no, it doesn't make Chick-fil-A ice, but I'm not too picky.
Okay.
That's funny. I have a new recent favorite, a Sidecar 75.
Oh.
And it is with Le Veuve Clicquot champagne. And so it is incredibly expensive.
A lot of good drinks are.
They really are. We were actually, when we were doing the photo shoot for the Hamilton series, we stayed at the Hotel Vancouver. And that's where I had my first one. And it was a $21 drink. And then, of course, I loved it, which is a problem. So now we make them at home. But still very, very, very good.
I have to laugh because $21 seems pretty cheap compared to the hotel in
I
Chicago.
know, I was gonna say, it reminds me of Chicago.
Yes.
The upcharge.
You were paying $21 for like a half glass of red wine. I think.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was crazy.
Yeah, what was it?
Crazy.
$36 for a 9-ounce.
35. You can go buy 2 bottles for that.
Some people did.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe that extra effort of opening it or something is that's the upcharge.
It'd be so tricky.
No kidding. Especially if it has a cork. Okay, so when do the decorations go up? Caitlin, I know that yours went up super early this year, and I wasn't sure if that was because of your holiday release or because you always put your decorations up that early.
Yeah. No, usually I like middle, maybe the second week of November normally. I used to wait till after Thanksgiving, but then I felt like I would want my tree up through January. And I guess for me, I just rather would have one at Thanksgiving. So yeah, sometime in November, but not usually November 1st. Like that was aggressive, I know, but I had released my holiday book and dressed up as Santa like in October. Like it's been Christmas since August in my mind.
I bet you're looking forward to the new year.
I am.
How about you,
And
Jen?
I'm still not ready for Christmas. But
Sorry, Jen, you're still not ready for Christmas?
No.
It started in August.
I'm always the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah, same. That's us
Yeah,
too.
me too.
Us too.
Ooh, okay.
I'm the same, but I have to say that one of my first interactions with Caitlin was on Facebook. We got snow really early last year, or was it last year, I guess? Like beginning of November, and I did a post that said, like, is it time for Christmas decorations? And she was like the first one on it. She's like, the answer is always yes.
Yes. If it's gonna make you happy, yes. And I think part of it too is it gets so dark here in Washington State. Like in November, it's like I'm picking my daughter up at 4:10 for her like after school club, and the sun is setting. Like it is so dark. And if Christmas lights and Christmas trees make you happy, just do it. And like let's avoid the seasonal depression for as long as we can.
Totally.
Keep them up.
Yes, all of us West Coasters, we're all Northwesters, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Northeast, we're in the same boat in the Northeast, so it is dark out.
Yeah.
I'm looking outside. It is dark right now.
Yeah. As soon as the clouds come in as well, right?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. We used to actually not put our Christmas lights and decorations up until after December 11th, because like you, Carrie, I have a December baby. And so we like dedicate everything to the birthday until after that date. And then we would decorate for Christmas. But he'll be 24 this year, so we're good. We've done our due diligence, and this year everything went up super early. So, and that actually did make me very happy. So you're right, Caitlin. Making you happy is trumps all the other things. So totally, I agree with that. So, who bakes? Do y'all bake up a storm, or do you? Yeah, I bet you do, Jen. What's your favorite thing to make, Jen? Jen B.
Oh my goodness. That is hard to put my finger on. It really varies depending. We usually are home every other Christmas. So this year we'll be going out to see my sister in Lake Tahoe. So
nice.
I won't do as much this year, but if we're home, a lot of times I'll make a few different kinds of cookies and usually a bunch of stuff for Christmas morning. A lot of times for a Christmas dessert, I will make a French apple tart. Ina Garten has the most amazing French apple tart. It's really not hard to make. It's beautiful and everyone loves it.
Her cookbooks are amazing.
Yeah, this is from the Paris one and it's fantastic.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I don't have that one yet. Yes.
Maybe it's for a different one, but it's very French. It's very good.
Nice. Anybody else bake?
I don't bake a whole lot, but I do make a cheese ball on Christmas Eve every year. And so this was kind of my tradition one, but I was saving it for this question. And cheese ball, like, I don't know. I don't think I would normally even like a cheese ball really, but this one I got a recipe from a friend years ago and she was like, trust me, just try it. And the key ingredient is that you smother it in raspberry preserves.
Oh,
we might make this same one.
It sounds very strange because it's like savory and sweet, but like that's the best combination. And then you eat it with wheat thins. It's like very specific. You got to do it like that way. But every time I make it, my family goes nuts, and I take it to the parties and everything, and it's always a hit.
Nice.
I love that.
We do some
yours?
cookies.
A cheese ball?
Yeah.
Sorry?
No,
bake
just
the
cold.
cheese
No.
ball? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said bake for some reason. I apologize.
It would be very melty.
Yes.
I know. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Maybe we don't make the same one.
No one wants to make balls for Christmas.
Anybody else?
I usually make like mini cheesecakes and like the only thing I'm really known for making are these chocolate chip cookies that everyone bakes me for at the holidays. So I'll make those and we usually give them out to teachers and stuff like that. And then we do lasagna at on Christmas Day. That's our Christmas dinner. So that's about it. Mostly I'm just trying to live the rest of my life avoiding cooking as much as possible. That's my new goal in life. So
good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you.
A family of 6, that should be no problem at all.
No problem.
Well, this is embarrassing to admit, but I used to have a food blog, like a terrible one, but years ago. It was like my first attempt at doing some kind of online writing because I used to love to cook and bake, and then having kids kind of killed that.
Right.
So now I'm with you, Sharon. I'm like, dinner again? I have to make it again every night.
Yes. Just have a bowl of cereal already. God.
So annoying.
Carrie, that's so funny. I used to have a food blog too.
No way.
But it was like kind of one of those mom blogs, you know, when it was
like real foodie mom or something. I don't even remember.
And it was I would do like meal prepping, like
that's
and it's funny, I still do it. Like people are always like, did that habit go away? I'm like, no, my kids would only eat cereal if I didn't meal prep. And so I do like dump dinners where it's like you do like 25 meals and you freeze them and then you like dump it in the crock pot or the Instant Pot. You can make like pulled pork. I make soups, pasta sauces. Like
I'm gonna need some recipes. I think you need to like get a blog together again.
But I'm not like this great cook. It's just like dump all the ingredients into a bag and hope it works out. But I still do it all the time. And they're like, are you ever going to bring back your food blog? And I'm like, no. No.
We should all share our first blog post ever.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. That would be funny.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Can you still access those blogs online, guys?
Probably.
On the way back machine, probably, but no.
Yeah. So you need like a computer that doesn't actually connect to the internet. How about you, Colleen?
My mother-in-law taught me how to make ricotta pies. So we usually make a couple of those every year, and I love those. And my husband makes homemade cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning every year that he's very proud of.
So good.
Plug him here. Yeah, they're really good. He does a good job.
I'm feeling like we should pool our resources at Christmas time because we would very much eat and drink well. Here I make something specific for each person, but thankfully there's only 3 of us, so that works out. I make shortbread for my son and butter tarts for my husband. And this year I'm actually going to bake myself Nanaimo bars.
Ooh, those are so good.
So good. They originated in Nanaimo, British Columbia. So, and I've always bought them because they were daunting. There's layers and things that have layers usually mean a lot of time and perhaps more patience than I have. So, but this year I am actually going to try my hand at baking it. It says it takes like 35 minutes. I don't believe them, but it says it says 35 minutes. So we'll see. But that's what I'm going to try and do that after this. So we'll see how that goes. And if it doesn't work out, there's always wine later. So okay. Let's grab the popcorn and talk holiday movies. This is always a big topic because I don't know about you, but there's probably not just one must watch, have to sit down, drag everybody into the TV room to watch. So, Carrie, what's yours? Number 1 holiday movie must watch.
Okay, well, it's different for the kids. We always kick off the season with Polar Express. We all climb in bed together and have, I don't eat popcorn, but they all eat popcorn and we watch that together, which we did, I think, last week. But for me, it is 100% Love Actually every year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Great movie. How about you, Caitlin?
Same. It's a little different for me and the kids. My favorite is I love The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. And then I also love National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. And my kids, I didn't let them watch it for the longest, but this year they did, and they thought it was so funny. So it was fun, like as my kids are getting older, to like be able to share in that humor. And then of course I love like all the Santa Claus, Elf, all those fun ones. We have to watch those too. So
nice. I know it's a month of holiday movies, really. Yeah. There's no TV. So
right.
How about you, Jen Craven?
Well, the kids love Home Alone, all the Home Alones, so those are classic. And I love The Family Stone.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Just, I'm not a big like crier at movies, but that one always gets me.
Yeah.
That's mine too. That's the one I was going to say, Jen. I love that movie. I'm from a huge family of 5 kids, and it just reminds me of the insanity that was always around and still is at the holiday time. I don't know. It makes me feel at home. I love that movie.
What about the kids? What do they love?
They love all the Home Alones, the Santa Clauses, Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2.
Oh,
that's
a good one.
Oh,
yeah, that's a cute one. They love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. How about you, Jen B?
Family Stone is based on one of my friend's families. So
really,
I'll tell you more another time. But yeah,
okay. Yeah, not publicly.
Really good friend of ours. It's based on her family. So
wow.
Yeah. So for my kids, it's definitely National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, they're teenagers. They think we quote it all year long. And for me, I always have to watch It's a Wonderful Life every year. And it's like my thing. Everybody has to leave me alone. And it's like it's something I have to do. Everyone knows that when mom's watching this, she's off duty. So that hasn't happened yet, but it'll happen soon.
Nice. How about you, Sharon?
We actually start at Thanksgiving. We do a Harry Potter Thanksgiving week, so we watch all the movies during that week. We always have to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
So good.
Thanksgiving movie ever.
Awesome.
Yes. And then, love, for me, I like Love Actually. I love It's a Wonderful Life. I'm a big Jimmy Stewart fan, so always watch that. And then I don't know how this tradition started, but when I wrap presents after everyone's gone to bed on Christmas Eve, I always watch 10 Things I Hate About You.
I love that.
And then if I'm still wrapping, White Christmas after that. So, but I always just associate 10 Things I Hate About You with Christmas. I have no idea why. It is not set in Christmas at all.
But you are wrapping presents that will be torn apart the next day.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That's funny. I think it's just the association, right? That's
one of my favorite movies ever, though. So
nice.
It's so good.
So good. Classic. White Christmas is my wrapping present movie.
White Christmas.
Me too. I always put it on when I wrap presents.
Isn't that funny?
Good background movie.
Classic. Yeah. You don't have to watch.
I always put on a Hallmark movie when I'm wrapping, but I hope to see Caitlin's anti-Hallmark movie out there someday so I can finish my routine.
Yeah,
I would definitely vote for that.
Me too.
It would be perfect.
I cannot watch Hallmark. Can't do it. Oh my gosh, it is literally the same story.
I think that's why people love it, though.
Yeah.
They love that it's the same. It's easy, predictable. Yeah. It's comfort movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I get flack for taking the same route on my walk in the morning, and yet I can't watch Hallmark. So. So mine is actually probably a kids movie that is my favorite, but it's the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And everybody in my family knows that they have to sit down with me and watch it, and it's not, they don't do it willingly necessarily. They do like to eat Christmas dinner too, so it's a trade-off. Oh my gosh. So with all of this celebrating going on, how do you manage your writing schedule, your editing schedule with all the family stuff?
I will
Any
take
tips
this one,
or
and
tricks?
I'll go first, but then I have to
You have to.
log off.
Okay. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the last 2 years, my deadline for my first draft to be at my editor has been, last year it was the beginning of February. This year it's January 9th. So I'm in panic mode basically, because I'm not like the rest of you people who plan stuff. So I'm writing every second I get, I'm ignoring the children. The house is a mess. We're probably going to eat pizza every day until Christmas, whatever. I mean, I'm just going to get through it. That's what's going to happen. So
that's a plan.
You got it, Sharon.
Yeah.
You do.
I
It'll
hope
be
so.
brilliant. And I know you have to go, but thank you. And cheers, Sharon.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Sharon.
Sharon.
If I can figure out how to, do I just X out?
You do.
Leave video. There.
And that worked. Okay, Carrie, I'm going where I can see.
What was the question? Sorry.
You know what?
How do you balance your writing?
Right. I was like, I have no idea what the question was.
Okay, so this is my answer for every time this question comes up. Because I'm a morning person, I get up at 4:30, between 4:30 and 5 every day of my life, no matter if I have something going on or not. And so it's actually a little easier for me about this time of the year, because when I get up early, I have like the Christmas lights, and we have this, stair banister wrapped in lights and wreaths, and it's just so cozy down there that I kind of get excited to go down and have my alone time, and I do my writing in the morning, because once the day starts, it's done for me. I see Colleen sometimes doing nighttime stuff, and I'm like, how does she do that? I am worthless by like 8 o'clock. Done. That happens.
When I come alive.
I'm jealous of you night owls. I want it.
Well, I might not be writing anything good, but
So
Same as the morning for me. I mean, honestly, let's be real.
How about you, Caitlin?
I'm the same as Colleen. I come alive at night, and I think part of that is, having 3 kids, and it's similar to like getting up and wanting to do it before the day starts. But I feel like for me, there's just so much drop off, pick up, drop off. It's so choppy throughout the day, plus other work that we have to do, that by the time the house is quiet and all the kids are asleep, I just feel like my brain comes alive and I can just go forever. And I'd much rather stay up than wake up early. But I also make sure that I'm letting my creativity drive my writing. Like, I don't really force myself to write, because if I force it, then I usually hate it and end up scrapping it anyway. So I just try to let myself kind of build up this creativity inside of me, so that by the time I can sit and write it, it just bleh, it all comes out so fast, instead of feeling like, what's another word for hello, or whatever. So I try not to put too much pressure on myself, but I also create my own deadlines, so I can.
Yeah. I would say I'm a morning person and more of a morning writer, not quite as early as Carrie, but once the kids get on the bus and go to school, then that's my most productive time. When they're home, we'll see. But I think, kind of to Caitlin's point, if I don't have a deadline looming, then I can give myself some grace over the holidays, and, just send all those vibes to Sharon.
Yeah. Yeah. She needs the support.
Yeah.
Totally. Jen?
Yeah. Well, the last 2 years, I was finishing a draft at this point and trying to race to be done before the holidays so I can enjoy the holidays and let the book sit. As you all know, I've had some weird things this year in my publishing life. And so I'm actually right now, the book I wrote last year is with my editor from my first 2 books, kind of on the side here, and to see what she thinks about some things, to see what I'm going to end up doing next with it. So I'm just waiting. She's got it right now, and so I'm supposed to get it back from her, hopefully in the next week, and then I'm going to tackle it, and we'll see where things are at. So definitely a little bit of a different schedule than I'm usually on, but because I teach all day, usually has to happen at night, which is not ideal for me because I get up at 5:30 in the morning for school. So it's just trying to fit it in. Like, you all were talking about scheduling reading as an appointment. I have to schedule writing as an appointment.
Yeah. How about you, Colleen?
Yeah, I've always been a night owl, like my whole life. I could easily stay up till like 2 a.m. I try not to. Now I don't
Night
now.
owl. Becomes a morning person.
Yeah, I'd rather, like Caitlin was saying, just it's such the quiet and darkness of night, like just is so comforting, and like I feel creative at that time. So I do kind of I try to lean into that. And with the holidays coming up, my brain cannot function with the children, like even near me, like in the house, even like I wish I could. Like I've tried to sit on the couch while they're watching a movie and do some writing, but I just can't. It's too much for me. So I don't think much will get done over the holidays, which is fine. I feel like what I'm working on, I need a little breather from anyway. And there's this other idea pulling at me. I'm a little confused right now. So I'm just going to take a minute and enjoy the holidays.
I think that's fair. I think it's, I always try to do everything I can up to the week leading up to the holidays, and then try and like not manage it and just don't schedule writing and everything during that time so that I have that flexibility. I don't know that's going to work this year. But I get up at 5 a.m. too and do just the quiet, need the quiet. So it's doesn't make me very productive at night because, by 8 o'clock I'm in bed. So, but you can't burn the candle all the time. So, who here has written a novel that takes place during or involves the theme of the holidays? Is it just two? Okay, Jen, tell us about it.
So the book that is supposed to come out this fall, it hasn't yet, so we'll see where that goes. But that one culminates at Christmas. It ends on Christmas. So, and it was also that the main character's 40th birthday was Christmas Eve. So talking about birthdays and holidays, and so that was a lot of fun to kind of weave those two things together.
Cool. That is cool. Well, we do look forward to reading it when it does come out.
One of these days.
And Caitlin, we know what yours is, but you tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's considered an anti-Hallmark Christmas story. And like you were saying, Tanya, in all the Hallmark movies, they're all the same. The big city girl gets snowed into a small town and then like gives up her career and her whole life for some mountain man in flannel, right? And so my main character did that, but now it's 5 years later and she regrets everything. And she's headed back to the city. She has to start over, find a job. She's moving back in with her parents. And then there is a parallel universe that wakes up when she goes to sleep at night. And it is what life would have been had she not chosen to get married to the small town boy. So it's kind of a self-discovery romance, but it's definitely a romantic comedy, multiple love interests, multiple lives. It's super fun. Yeah.
Well, I literally just started it last night. So.
Yay.
It's so good. Oh my goodness. I loved it.
Oh, thank you.
It ties into the last question. So
perfect.
So do you settle into a specific holiday read, or do you guys pick something new each holiday, or?
I don't read a specific. I actually don't reread books.
Me either.
Ever. Except for my own, obviously, because we have to read them like 7.
I know that's the worst part of the job.
I know. But I don't really reread books. So I love getting a new handful of holiday reads and enjoying that and enjoying all my holiday movies. But yeah, I get something new every season.
So if you had to pick one holiday book, what would that be? What would be your favorite, the one that stuck with you? I know this wasn't on the question.
A World Without You.
There you go. By Caitlin Moss.
I'm telling everyone to read it. Everyone should read it. It's great.
I feel like now I'm blanking on titles. But I read this really cute one last year. I think it was called The Holiday Swap, and it was like these twins that like they trade places. It was very unrealistic, but it was just adorable. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing about holiday reads. Like, they don't need to be that serious. To me, it's kind of the same as like a holiday movie. Like, it doesn't need to be that serious. But if I read it and I enjoy it and it gives me the warm, fuzzy feeling of Christmas, 5 stars. Like, I love it. I love it.
Nice. It's really just the escapism.
Right.
of it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, for
that
sure.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I'd have to say my favorite holiday read was Last Christmas in Paris by Hazel Gaynor and Heather Webb. It is not light and it is not necessarily happy. You may need the entire box of tissues, but it is it sticks with you, and it is actually one of the only books I've read twice. So it's always usually, if I've read something twice, one, I've either forgotten what it was about, or that I changed the cover and I didn't realize, or it's that good. So
that reminds me, I think Little Women is the only book I've ever read more than one. And that always reminds me of the holidays. I always watch Little Women for the holidays.
It is snowy and
yeah.
Literally all they have to do is add snow and something heartwarming, and boom, you've got Christmas.
But I just am starting this tonight.
Yeah.
Got my
I'm saving it. I'm saving it for closer to Christmas.
Okay.
I'm all over it.
Okay.
It's going to take me all the way to Christmas to read it.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be like 2 days because you're not going to want to put it down. I'm telling you. They kicked me out of my hotel room. I wouldn't check out.
I love hearing that. Thank you.
That's pretty cool. So that was going to be my question. What are you reading? But I guess we all are reading A World Without You. That's
well,
hilarious.
you're welcome that I came to talk to you guys. No, just
too funny. Are you reading anything specific, Jen? Craven, sorry.
What am I reading? I just finished this past weekend a book that I absolutely loved, and I didn't expect to love it so much. It's called How to Love Your Daughter, and which sounds like a bizarre title, and it's not a how-to book. It's actually literary fiction, which I really don't usually gravitate towards. But it was just like heart-wrenching and very poignant. I loved it. And right now I'm reading A Nearly Normal Family, which just came out as a Netflix series.
Yeah.
And whenever I see something that's going to be on film that came from a book, I want to read the book first. So I hopped down to the library and grabbed that. And it's good. It's like a police procedural, did she do it sort of thing.
Nice. It's on my list. And then I did the opposite of you. I saw it on Netflix and went, there's one I don't have to read.
Oh, so did you watch it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because I was toying with the idea of skipping reading because it was on my list to read. And
it's good so far. It's split up into 3 parts. So I just finished part 1 and it's good.
It's good? Okay. All right. I'll keep it on my read list. Oh, well, that wraps up all of our questions. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to share before we go?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for joining. This was a lot of fun. We usually have a lot of good laughs, and I've said it before that like having this collective is like entering the middle of a conversation in a different language and being completely understood. And it is life altering to have a group of women who support one another, who connect with readers because they want to connect with readers. They want to be writers that readers need. And I think that that's a huge thing. And I'm so thankful for all of you. So
I love how everyone in our group is as excited for each other, if not more, with each of our accomplishments. So it's like when something fun happens, it gets amplified by, tenfold. It's just ultimate support, and that you just don't find that. It's kind of rare. So it's
so true. So true. And it's understood. Right? It's, you can tell your family and they can support you, but unless you've been there in the trenches or, forced yourself to sit in that seat until those 2,000 words are written, it's hard to understand it. So
Yeah.
writers need other writers, just the way it is.
Yep.
So let me raise a glass to all of you. Thank you so much, Jen. You're so good. it's the holidays and we're kicking it off in style. So thank you guys for joining today and happy holidays, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.